Welcome to my fish room.
Okay, so this is a video that just tells you about all the fish that we have currently in stock right now. Back there we have 2 striped cardinal fish. We've got a bunch of others around. They're good fish for just a fish only system. They're not too aggressive. They do have a bigger mouth, so you gotta watch what you're putting in with them when they do get bigger, but they are pretty peaceful. This here is a juvenile emperor. He is about the size of my thumb. Unfortunately, he's the same price as the bigger ones, but that's because we paid the same price. When you get them this small, sometimes they don't know that they can eat coral yet, so you can actually have them in a reef tank when they're adults if they don't learn. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. It's just all depends on the fish. They're pretty hardy. Back there you got a yellow angel. Yet again, pretty hardy angelfish, dwarf angel, that's about the size he gets. Good coral reef tank, pretty peaceful. That there is a blue damsel. When he gets big, he gets mean. But when they're small, they're alright to have in a reef tank. They're good fish, good bread and butter starter fish. Back there in the corner, I don't think you can even see him. I'm trying to use the LED light, but it's not working. There is a double bar rabbit fish. They're vegetarians. They eat lettuce, seaweed, brine shrimp. Everybody here eats brine shrimp. And they're good community fish as well. But because they're rabbit fish, they do have the poisonous spikes along their back, so don't touch them. In here we've got 2 pink-tailed triggers and a female blue jaw, as well as a humma humma, the tiny one that's scooting around. These are all triggers, meaning that you can't have them with any shrimp, any clams, any coral, anything like that, because they just love to eat it all. They do occasionally nip at other fish's tails. Other than that, they're not too bad. This is a orange shoulder tang, medium to large. He's got a few. He really likes to eat lettuce, brine shrimp, peaceful fish, good for a reef tank, doesn't pick at many things, generally pretty peaceful. And here I'll show you the fish because we've got more over there. This here is a clown trigger, and there are 4 Niger triggers that you can see 3 of them there. Yet again with the triggers, they do eat shrimp, everything like that. I feed them cocktail shrimp as well as brine shrimp, and they really like to eat mussels. And here we've got 4 firefish gobies. These are the purple ones. They can be kind of aggressive towards each other. You gotta watch them sometimes. Good reef tank fish, good pico tank even. They're smaller, they're a goby. Here we have a black cardinal fish. There's 2 of them in here, hiding of course. I don't know why this is not focusing. The glass on this one's dirty on the outside. Sorry about that. Yeah, good fish, peaceful, eats brine shrimp. No problems with anybody really. This here is a miniatus grouper who just went back in his hole. He is red with blue dots. He, like any grouper, anything he can fit in his mouth, he will. Likes to eat live food. I feed him cocktail shrimp. Down here, this is a diadema bacillet who's now hiding. Diademas and all bacillets, they like to eat shrimp, so you can't have them with any type of shrimp. Back there we've got a scopus, a double bar, and a yellow rabbit fish. They're all hiding right now, which doesn't help, especially because it's the back of the tank. They're all vegetarians, eat lettuce, brine shrimp, all good reef tank fish, peaceful. In here we've got another juvenile emperor. You can see the small blue tangs back there in the corner. Maybe if I stay still long enough they'll come out. There's also a fox face and 2 mimic tangs in here. And you can see the small ones back there now. And there's a medium there underneath beside the tube. Blue tangs are weird in the way that they like to wedge themselves upside down sideways and they think they're hiding. We get lots of calls of people thinking that they're dead, but no, they're just hiding. In here we've got 13 azure damsels. They're pretty peaceful. They eat brine shrimp. Yet again, with all damsels, when they get bigger, they get more aggressive. There's a yellow spotted boxfish right there in the middle of your screen. He's trying to make his way here, but the current is too strong for him. He eats shrimp and pretty much anything he can get. There's also a diadema in here as well. Over here we've got chromis. Chromis are good schooling fish. They're blue-green chromis, so they add a bit of color to your tank and they're pretty peaceful. They eat brine shrimp. They're beginner fish. Here we've got another clown chigger, a porcupine puffer who is ever so eager for food. See the grouper there back in the corner? He is black with a whole bunch. He's covered in white spots. We've got 3 of them. That's what the one over there that I was telling you about was. See that guy there? I don't know. And there is a male blue jaw back there. In this tank we've got a Flamingo unicorn. It's the same as the unicorn, but he's covered in blue dots. When he gets bigger he'll get a horn. He's vegetarian like all tangs. Good peaceful reef fish. This is a bigger, well, the bigger juvenile emperor. He's already starting to change. You can see the color fading on top. He'll go to horizontal stripes as the adult looks like. He eats brine shrimp and lettuce. And here we've got a blind orange toadfish. He's kind of cool. He's got no eyes. He's kind of mean looking. He swallows anything he possibly can. I feed him goldfish here, but he is definitely a predator. Keep him in a predator-only tank. This here is an orbiculate batfish. In a couple months, this fish will be wider than he is tall. It's amazing how fast they grow. They're peaceful as anything, very docile. Their fins do tear easily, so if you notice that he's got a few tears on his fins, they grow back. He's fine. There we've got a diadema bacillate. Like I said before, no shrimp. They love to eat shrimp. Loves brine shrimp. Another juvenile emperor back there in the corner. And I don't know if you'll be able to see directly underneath the camera there is a spotted hawkfish back there. Can I zoom in on this? No, I can't. That right there is a spotted hawkfish. When it's zoomed in so much, it's very hard to be steady. Okay, here we've got a 3-striped damsel. When they get bigger, they get more aggressive. Good reef fish. There's another spotted hawk. He would have been easier to see. That's a Talbot damsel. Like with all damsels, they're all peaceful until they get really big. Good reef tank fish. Eat brine shrimp. And here we've got yellow tangs. You can see the one all the way in the back. There's 2 in the tube. They're very scared. Sorry, there's 4 in here. I didn't know that. Yellow tangs are generally the last tang that you add to your tank because they can be so dominant and aggressive. They're vegetarians and they love to eat brine shrimp like everything else here. And here I've got a green bird wrasse who loves mussels, cocktail shrimp, brine shrimp. Like all wrasses, cannot go with shrimp. He will eat them. Back there's also a bigger Scopus. Had him for longer. There's a yellow-orange shoulder there next to him. It's basically a yellow body. The orange on his shoulder hasn't really started to develop yet. He's a younger fish. And another orbiculate batfish. Just chilling. Down here we've got some Percula clowns and some black ocellaris. They can pair between the 2 different colors. It doesn't really make much difference. Everybody knows them as Nemo. They'll host anemones. They eat brine shrimp. Very easy to take care of. These are bongai cardinals, the fish that we actually bred at the store. Very easy to take care of. Good for a reef tank. Eat brine shrimp. Pretty much saying the same thing for everything. In here we have a splendid dottyback. He is actually my favorite fish that we have here right now for some reason. I don't know if he eats shrimp, but he looks cool. I like his body. Well, the shape. Where's stems? Right there in front of you. Turned the opposite way, great for viewing. There's a blue-eyed cardinal fish. They're a smaller, more transparent fish with blue eyes. They're a cardinal, like I said, so they pulsate up and down. They don't really swim around too quickly. Good reef fish. They eat brine shrimp. Over here we've got a scarlet big eye down there. as well as another orange shoulder, and there is a sailfin swimming around here somewhere. Everybody down in the tub is fat though, good inch thick fish. Here we've got our invert system with our cleaner shrimp. Cleaner shrimp are, good beginner shrimp for your tank. They'll take all the parasites off of the new fish you put in. And even if you put your hand in, they'll come up and pick everything off of it. There is a peppermint shrimp in that tube right there, the gray tube. I don't know if you can see him, the bigger tube. They eat aptasia anemones, which are pest anemones. If you don't want them in your tank because they're taking over, you just toss in a whole bunch of peppermints and they'll take care of them for you. There in front of you, there is a red flat anemone, really long tentacles. In front of that, there is a feather duster. There's a couple different ones in here. That one's an all brown one. Then there's one over there and one there. There's a yellow flat anemone back there. When they're flattened out and opened up, they're huge. Right there you can see the legs of the starfish, the brittle starfish. They go underneath the rocks, and they're more cleanup crew. Everybody in here is pretty much cleanup crew. There's plenty of astrias, which are an algae eating snail, all over the glass. Great cleanup crew. That's an Acerius snail. They burrow underneath your gravel. More cleanup crew. That's what everybody in here is for. When you're starting your reef aquarium, you're just trying to put all different parts of the ecosystem in it. Here we've got Halloween hermits. Here we've got Ketomorph algae, which is $5 for a tennis ball size. Mangrove trees, which we've got a good deal on them too. Some of them are sprouted, some of them are just freshly planted. There's the long spine urchins. We've got plenty of them. They don't eat your starfish, but these guys do, the pencils. But I like these ones too, so depending on what you have in your tank, you'd make the decision. What else is there in here? There's a dragonflies pipefish right there. He eats live baby brine shrimp. That's pretty much it. They're like a seahorse, so they have to be in a seahorse-only tank. Refugiums are good. In here we've got a pair of blue striped pipefish, male and female. We've also got 3 singles over there that haven't paired up, but when we put them together they just started fighting with each other. They're good for refugium, and yet again they eat live baby brine shrimp. I don't even know if you're going to be able to see anybody in here, because I can't. Alright, and that is it.